have, Cardi, anything to say about how today went? Anything?
So they had a path to nuclear weapons. We cannot allow Iran to have a path.
Good morning.
Special counsel Robert Mueller will testify publicly before two House panels on July 17th. That's according to Congressman Jerry Nadler and Adam Schiff. Mueller was charged with investigating Russian interference in the 2016 election. The news comes nearly a month after Mueller detailed his findings in the report, saying he planned on that being his final word on the matter.
I do not believe it is appropriate for me to speak further about the investigation or to comment on the actions of the Justice Department or Congress.
Iranian leaders say a diplomatic path to resolving tensions with the U.S. is permanently closed after President Trump issued new sanctions.
We cannot allow Iran to have a path to nuclear weapons. And by the way, we have tremendous support. And people were very happy with what I did the other day by not doing something, okay?
Stephanie Grisham will take over the role of White House press secretary. Grisham replaces Sarah Sanders, according to a tweet from Melania Trump. Grisham is currently the First Lady's communications director.
She's here, she knows everybody. She actually gets along with the media very well, as you know. A lot of the folks in the media like her very much, and I think she's going to be fantastic. I think she's going to do a great job. So I offered her the job this morning, and she accepted.
A short time after the sudden resignation of John Sanders, America's acting border chief, after just 2 months on the job, the House has passed a $4.5 billion bill aimed at improving conditions for thousands of migrant families in border facilities. Pressure to approve the funds has grown amid reports of children being housed in appalling conditions at a Texas facility.
Sanders announcing he...
Tonight, 9/11 first responders say they had a, quote, great meeting with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell after a public feud over the Victims' Compensation Fund. It followed that emotional hearing with Jon Stewart blasting Congress for threatening that funding and some for not even showing up at the hearing. The first responders called today's meeting, quote, productive. Senator McConnell said he hopes to pass that funding renewal by August.
Authorities in Wisconsin say 6 people, including 4 children, have died in a house fire in a small town.
Cardi B pleading not guilty to upgraded felony assault charges stemming from an alleged attack at a strip club last year. The rapper, greeted by cheering fans outside of a courthouse in Queens, is now facing an 11-count indictment. The most serious charge, felony attempted assault.
When asked to state her name for the record in true Cardi B fashion, she asked, quote, "Who, me?" 2 bartenders claim the flashy artist and members of her entourage attacked them, throwing bottles and drinks at them. One victim maintains the suspect slammed her head against the bar. If convicted, she faces up to 4 years in prison.
Some new details to tell you about tonight about that deadly helicopter crash in Manhattan earlier this month. The pilot, Tim McCormick, was killed June 10th when the chopper he was flying hit the top of a high-rise in Midtown during fog and rain. We learned today that McCormick told staff members at the heliport on the east side he thought he had a 20-minute window to try to make it out of the stormy weather. So he headed south in the East River, changed course, and then minutes just before the crash, he requested a return to the airport, saying he didn't know where he was.
This pilot was not certified to fly in instrument conditions, was not certified to fly in clouds, nor had he filed the appropriate flight plan.
The president also weighing in on reparations for descendants of slaves. It was the subject of a House Judiciary Committee hearing that we reported on earlier this month here and has become an issue in the race for 2020. The president saying, quote, "I don't see it happening."
San Francisco has become the first major U.S. city to ban the sale of electronic cigarettes. Backers say they hope the move will curb underage use of e-cigs.
Illinois becoming the 11th state to legalize recreational marijuana.
Governor J.B. Pritzker pointing to the restorative justice efforts tied to the measure, including clearing the records of nonviolent drug offenders.
In the past 50 years, the war on cannabis has destroyed families, filled prisons with nonviolent offenders, and disproportionately disrupted black and brown communities.
Under the new law, 25% of the revenue generated by recreational marijuana will go to communities disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs, 20% to substance abuse and mental health treatments, the rest of the money to be added to the budget of the cash-strapped state.
Severe thunderstorm watches stretch from Concordia, Kansas, all the way to Grand Rapids, Michigan, so we could see some damaging winds and hail with these storms over the next couple of hours through tonight. Lincoln and Omaha included in that threat. But then our attention turns to the heat coming. We have this big ridge building, high pressure settling in across the east, and that means some high temperatures for places like New York City, Philadelphia, and D.C. These temperatures are about 15 degrees above average. We could see 95 in Philadelphia by Friday, 96 in D.C., and then 90. It could be the first one in New York this year. This is the longest we've gone here in New York City without reaching 90 in 5 years.